Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon, and today I'm sharing with you my Christmas in July class using the Jolly Holly bundle to make 4 different designs. This is a part 1 of the 4 designs for this one. I had some stamping friends who ordered these kits. They'll be making 20 cards in with their kit for me this month, and they're very simple, basic, but that's why we made them so they can be easily to mass produce. For card number 1, here's our very classic design using some designer series paper, a nice focal point with that message in the center of our circle, and a little bit of embellishing here. All right, let me go ahead and set this aside and we'll get all of our pieces ready. This is the basic beige card base. And then we are using these awesome berries. We have the clear berries and the cherry cobbler berries. And we have a piece of designer series paper that I've cut for all these measurements. You may check the PDF or ask me how you can get the PDF sent to your inbox. And I can send you a PayPal invoice for that. All right. So this is the, oh my goodness, I'm afraid this name is so funny. It's like, hold on. Say it right. It's a newer designer series paper called Need for Tweed, which is so hilarious. This one had the fun greens and reds, so I thought it'd be perfect. The other side's more of just a cherry cobbler and the basic white. You can pick whichever side you want. We are going to do our stamping first, however, and I have a die cut of basic white of the Spotlight in Nature circle die with that starburst edges to it. Let's bring our foam mat in. And I need to actually grab one more stamp because this is a 3-step stamping for this one to create this phrase. Okay. So, and I like it best to work from the bottom of our message and work our way up. Christmas Merry Hava. So that way it's easier to get them all in the right spots. We're gonna do some quick practice stamping, making sure all of our stamps are nice and clean. I usually just grab a Post-it note before I do it. And our color for this one is Cherry Cobbler ink. Open it up. Slide this up just a little bit so we have some more space. Okay, so Christmas will go first. I don't want to go all the way down on that circle. I want to be able to have some space for my poinsettias. That looks really nice. So I'm going to go right about here for Christmas. So it's about 1 inch up from the bottom. And press down and lift. Nice. Mary, let's do a quick little practice with that one. You'll notice that my inks, or my blocks, my stamps, already have a little bit of that cherry cobbler on them. Because these are photopolymer, they will stain slightly when you use colors that are purple based or red based. All right, here goes our Mary. We're gonna sandwich that in. Nice. So like this one I haven't inked up yet, but you already see that has a little staining. Don't look at this. It won't even transfer. It just stained that way. So it won't affect its quality of stamping. The great thing about this set is that if you are British or have British friends and they don't usually use the word merry for theirs, they use the word happy, you can switch it out. And there's even double fonts for that. So you have 2 kinds of happy here. All right, let me ink that up one more time. Hava, it looks good. And we're just gonna go right above our, you can even nestle it over that way, but I like to have it a little bit above my M. Perfect, okay. Our next stamping is with Versamark. So that is our clear ink that we have. If you wanted to make it with that cherry cobbler, you totally could. We are just doing background stamping now. So I'm gonna grab that piece of basic beige. I'm gonna grab our Versamark ink, and I'm gonna grab this awesome looking poinsettia. This guy has a die cut, so when I went ahead and I stamped these ones already and I die cut them out with a cherry cobbler. And then make sure you clean it really well and that it doesn't transfer off, right, if you do it right after. So stamping for this one, I suggest stamping the clear first and then stamping these ones, just so that way it gives enough dry time that you don't have any transfer of that to clear. All right, so I'm saying this one you will not see, but you'll know that I am just doing a background stamping until I get it closer to you. And you can kind of avoid that middle because we're not going to show much of that. I'm covered up. Let me get close so you can see. It's very, very faint. And I really like that. If you think that's too subtle, please choose a different color of ink and you'll be fine. Or go one step more and you can get some clear embossing powder, sprinkle that on, use your heating tool, and that will create a really cool look as well for that background. Very, very lightly done. All right, now we're ready to assemble. So we're gonna grab our card base and we're going to grab our piece of DSP, and we have 2 pieces of ribbon in your kit. One will be long, one will be short. We're gonna use the long one first, flipping over our piece of DSP. Grab some Stampin' Still Plus. I put a little bit on the back on each of our ends. And then I take that long piece and I'm gonna go to the front side of it, this awesome basic beige ribbon that has that amazing border on it. And I'm just gonna flip it and stick it in those spots that I've already put that adhesive. Okay, you could trim it down if you want, but it's gonna be all covered here in a minute, so it doesn't really matter. Grab some liquid glue because I feel like that works best for these heavier pieces of paper and gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And we're going to attach that to our basic beige. Again, I'm not going center. You could go, but I like to go a little below center. So that's about 1.25 inches from that bottom. Okay, we're doing awesome. We're now going to grab some more liquid glue, put it on the back, and attach this to our card front, our card base. This is our card front. Okay. This is a monochrome card. I just love. It looks very classic. And it can be designed or made with lots of different designer series paper options. So that's the beauty of this one. Okay, nicely on. Let's go ahead. It's up to you when you add the second knot one. I like to do it when there's a lot of free space here. So I'm just going to slide that ribbon underneath. I'm going to make just a knot and pull it tight to that far left end. You can slide it if you keep it loose to where you want it to be, but that far end is a pretty good spot for me. Grab my paper snips. I pull my ribbon together to try to make them about equal. You can eyeball it too if you want from one side to one. And then we'll just trim off about 1/2 inch from this side here. We don't need this to be super long. Cute. I pulled it a little tighter, and then I'm going to just go through and do some extra trimming. Cutting out an angle. This ribbon does do some fraying, so the angle kind of helps slow that down, but just be mindful of that when you cut it. All right, grabbing some dimensionals for the back of our circle here. This is a larger circle, so I usually do 3. We're going to do actually 4. You can even put a center one if you really wanted to. Flip it over and just slide it underneath that knot bow. You want to both have it going off the bottom and the top of the DSP, so that way it's the DSP is smaller in between our circle here. You can see that spacing. And then I'm going to grab some mini glue dots. You could just use liquid glue, but for the sake of time and drying, I like to use glue dots. So I'm going to grab one of our poinsettias. Actually, I'll put both of them on at the same time and peel it off. And we'll have one on the going kind of an angle here and another one on this side. But I did forget one of my steps, so let me add that in real quick. Grab your Winkastella. Ideally, it's best to do this step right after you stamp it, but you can get away with not doing it right away as well. So here's my Winkastella. I'm going to grab it, squeeze just a little bit of glitter out, and then I'm going to use it just to color and make that cherry cobbler color it in using that ink alone. So I didn't touch anything. This was clear on my glitter, but I'm just pulling the ink from this already stamped image to create that more colored in look. Making sure I'm not going outside the lines because we don't want that red to be sloppy. And then when you're done with that, you can just wash it clean on your Post-it note until it's good to go. Look how pretty that is. So subtle, I love it. Grab your berries, and we're gonna grab 2 clear ones and just put them in the center of our poinsettia here. There's one. And there's 2. All right. And there you go, our first card for Christmas in July. I love how simple that is, how clean, and how this one will ship fairly nicely. That knot bow isn't too thick, so that way it'll allow it to fit in a nice envelope. I'm excited to see your guys' cards that you make. Be sure to share them in our Facebook group if you are a part of my Christmas in July class. And be sure to share them all throughout the day in hopes that you'll be able to finish all 20 of your cards. All right, you guys, look forward for the next video later today and have a great stamping day. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.